you into the Discord if you're here.
Okay, it should be live on YouTube now. There we go, live on YouTube. I can see it. Everybody else should be able to see it. And there it is. Sorry about that. Why did Dems continue to bitch about information that's been debunked? Love being miserable. We're not Dems. I don't know. Maybe you should go talk to some Dems. But here, I'd talk to you anyway. Come on up. I don't know what you mean by that, though. But here, I like to talk shit about Democrats. So let's talk some shit about Democrats. Come on down. There's not a single thing on the background, though, that has been debunked. Like, not one. Not one of those things. Like, all of those things are factually accurate for certain. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Theory, good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Mr. Jones?
Not too bad.
I have a question for you, lovely folks. You guys are my favorite show on here, by the way. Thanks for dropping all the information that you guys drop. I have a question. Have you ever heard of Curtis Yarvin or the Butterfly
Yes.
Revolution?
I'm very familiar with him.
So do you think that that's what's happening in the country right now? And if so, have you found any ways that anyone can think of to counter this?
Well, I mean, nothing he said was revolutionary. What Curtis Yarvin essentially does is the same thing that Republicans have done for quite some time. It's the same thing that Christian nationalists do. Cherry pick, you know what I'm saying, different ideas and ideologies, cherry pick information like, scientific and biological information, and then put together these wild theories. Like, I guarantee you that there's not a single conservative that can come up here and tell me anything about critical race theory, but they sure will tell you that they don't like it.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, Yarvin is that person. Like, he doesn't actually know anything about any of these concepts. He's never actually studied any of them. He does have a lot of opinions on them, though.
Yeah, so the only reason why I ask about that is because there's this thing called the butterfly revolution that they have been pushing. There's a narrative, and then you find out that Elon Musk is he believes Curtis Yarvin to be the prophet. And that's what's frightening, because it sounds like everything that they're doing with Doge is just an reenactment of Rage, which is Yarvin's plan. It's the retire all government employees, but it's because they want to have a slave nation state where all of the population is categorized into their ability to do specific type of things to work. They look at your past history of how much. I'm sorry?
Yarvin believes that, you know what I'm saying, we need a king.
Right.
Like, that's one of his major things, is that we need a dictatorship. Like, a dictatorship is necessary for the country to continue to operate.
Yes, and what's frightening though is the five pillars that they talk about. The first pillar was install a CEO dictator, which is, I think, Elon Musk, to be honest with you, because like you said, Trump is not smart enough for all of these. He was just their ploy.
They're passive.
Right. And then the second one was purge the bureaucracy. That's where they retire all the government employees. And that's the Rage aspect of it. And they're saying that Doge is using all of the demographics that they're pulling off of our systems in the government to find out our track records, our histories as American people. This is, there's some people in the military veteran community that's been talking about this and looking into it. And one of the scariest parts is, they said build an army of loyalists. And I think that that's what pardoning the J6 was about. When people see that as long as they're fighting for what Donald Trump is fighting for, they're forgiven and there's no problem with it. So building the army of loyalists is a part of that. Dismantling the democratic institutions. And then lastly, they go and they siege all of the media. So when we saw TikTok go down, and TikTok was one of those entities that they could not infiltrate, and we were getting information that went against certain things that they had on other platforms, it feels like it's controlled now, and there are different things happening on the platform that didn't happen before that took place. So once the narrative is completely controlled through all of our outlets, which I know that I don't have to tell you, all the people that sat behind Donald Trump control every part of technology that we have. Now, one of the things that they're finding is that this Curtis Yarvin is connected to Russian ideologies as well. And people are starting to be aware of the fact that things that Donald Trump is saying can be connected back to Russian propaganda and ideologies, especially what they're talking about with Ukraine.
Right.
And when, sorry,
But
go ahead.
what we have to understand, like, is a lot of this, you know what I'm saying, is just fringe ideological nonsense. Now, they may very well, be operating in this space. But like 2 months ago, could you have told me who Curtis Yarvin was?
No, I could not have personally.
That's my point. You know what I'm
But
saying?
there
Like,
are people that fall into these ideological thought processes that agree with certain concepts, and they're doing it behind the scenes. And that's how they infect the population like a cancer. And
right.
right now, I think the only people that we need to be concerned about, whether or not they agree with this ideology or this mindset, the only people we need to be concerned about are the people that are currently running our government. And when you find out that
But
he
Trump
is,
is a fascist. Like, we already knew that. So like, just adding more ideological nonsense on top of the fascism, like let's address the fascism. It doesn't matter how they implement the fascism. It's still fascism.
well, I agree with you to a certain point. Here's the part that I disagree with. As a military member, we know that the more we know about our enemy, the better we have the capability of fighting back, right?
Right.
So when we think that it's just Trump and his crazy maniac ideologies that he's talking about, we don't really see a pattern of a footprint that we can say, ooh, he's taking this out of this particular playbook. So it
Mm-hmm.
makes it a little bit more difficult to fight against what we think he's doing. I think we can all agree that he's been taking a back seat to everything that Elon Musk is doing. And when you dig into Elon Musk and you start going down the rabbit hole of PayPal mafia, and you see what's going on with this Curtis Yarvin ideologies, you can see that we're possibly in the five pillars of the butterfly revolution, which is what
Right.
Yarvin has been preaching on. So if that's the playbook, then where are our technological advanced experts? Excuse me, I have a tickle in my throat. 1 second.
You're fine.
Sorry, I did not want to cough on your live.
You're fine.
When we dig into that playbook, now we can say, hey, as Americans, we have some of the brightest, most intelligent people that can say, if this is what they're using for the dismantling of what's happening in the country, this is how we can now counter it. So I get that we may not have governmental things that we can do. I know everybody's relying on the checks and balances. Pretty much, if we're not paying attention, Donald Trump just said, as long as I am doing what is for the saving of my nation, there's nothing against the law. And basically, he's saying that he is the law. So that checks and balances aspect that we're looking for and hoping for with upcoming elections are probably not going to be the most likely way that we combat this, because we can talk about that all day long, but he's going after everyone that's speaking against him. And before we know it, how many people are going to be too afraid to speak up?
Right. But I mean, people are already too afraid to speak up.
Agreed. So when we speak up in a collective group, we feel safer. It only takes one or two people to stand up and say, "Hey, this is what's happening," and then it spreads. And right now, I think everyone's fear is so much greater than their understanding of what's actually happening. So fear is how they control us, and that's the propaganda that they're using of the fire hosing of all the stuff that's coming at us, so we can't see what they're really doing.
Right. But the congressional members are afraid of Trump. The judges are afraid of Trump. uh, the um, the governors of states are afraid of Trump.
Mhm.
So, like, yourself and I self independently, right? Like, I can do all of the education in the world. I can yell and scream and sound all the alarms, but nobody's going to listen to me and me alone. It only took 30%, less than 30% of this country to put all of this in place.
Mhm.
And to
Unless
be quite,
that's not what
and
happened.
that's just counting the people, who like voted it and supported it, right?
Right.
But it took less than 1%, honestly, of this country, just a small group of fucking billionaires,
Right.
to take over the country.
I 100% agree with you. And that's where
So
I'm certain.
we need, right? We need 40, 50, 55, 60% of the country to all be on one accord. And that's how we have to figure, and that's the thing we need to figure out. How do we make that part happen?
Right. And you can see a lot of these movements happening across the country, which is bringing that hope about for a lot of people. And I think a large part of that is, dismantling what they've put together. If we stop going to these large corporations and these businesses and we quit doing the Netflix and chill and let me just get it on Amazon, we are taking away a lot of our comforts that they've provided for us. But those comforts are what is making us lose our freedoms in the moment. And I think that we don't have enough conversation about how we actually can combat what's happening, because we all feel so helpless and hopeless, and everyone's looking for that leader, that Martin Luther King leader, to come out and be like, hey, this is how we unite. But we see what happens to those particular leaders.
Mm-hmm. And
And
nobody's
so,
willing. Nobody's out there willing to be, a martyr
right,
anymore. Like nobody.
right.
Like listen, I have 8 children that rely on me. Like I'll go and give all the speeches. I'll go doing
You're right there
go
with
do
me.
all the things. But I also, you know what I'm saying, like want to stay alive.
Right, right. Yeah, it's definitely scary times. And as a veteran, I will tell you, three things that we always focus on. You need to look at a 6 month plan if something happens, and you need to make sure that your family is safe. There's a 6 month plan. There's a holy shit, I got to pull the ripcord right now plan, and then there's a stay in place and shelter in place plan that always needs to be thought about. And right now, having these conversations outside of your regular communities, speaking up in public spaces, is a big deal. I know that it's scary. I know that people don't know what to say or do, but just talking about the fact that you don't agree with what's going on is a huge part of that process,
Yeah.
because people think that everyone is going along with this, and they don't see people standing up and talking about it. And it's mainly because we're polarized. They have got us to where our lids are flipped and nobody's running on critical thinking.
I
We're all
wrote
emotionally.
I wrote something that I'm gonna make a video about later. I'll post the video later, but I feel like you guys should listen to it anyway. Um,
Yeah.
so if you don't mind, just for a second, I wrote this last night. I should have made it part of my speech that I'm giving this weekend, but I didn't. But I want you guys to hear this because I think that it's important. Um, and it and this is targeted at a specific demographic of people. And I'll address that afterwards, and I'll even let some friendlies come up so you guys can discuss it if you want. But here goes it. So you sat out the election on November 5th, 2024. You sat at home, scrolled through TikTok, convinced yourself that you were taking some kind of moral stand. You let Donald Trump walk back into the White House, and for what? Because you suddenly became the world's greatest humanitarian overnight? Because you discovered the word G-side for the first time and thought it's the best way to stop one was to let fascists win? Let me be real with you. If what happened in Gaza made you stay home, but you had nothing to say about the G-sides happening right here, the mass incarceration of black men, the forced sterilization of indigenous women, the continuous displacement of immigrant families, if none of that ever stopped you from voting, then you were never about liberation. You were about convenience. You watch black women carry this country on their back, face violence, get medical care ignored, be left to suffer, and it never made you sit out an election. You watch police execute black boys in the street, justify it, and then raise millions off of it, and it never made you sit out an election. You watch undocumented immigrants work your fields, clean your homes, build your cities, while being paid scraps and treated as disposable, and it never made you sit out an election. You watched women stripped of their rights, forced to carry pregnancies against their will, treated like second-class citizens, and that never made you sit out an election. But this time you just couldn't. And now look where we are. January 20th, 2025 will go down as one of the darkest days in American history. Donald Trump, a fascist dictator with an agenda backed by Christian nationalism, white supremacy, and corporate greed, is now in power because people like you thought silence was an act of resistance. It's time for accountability. Why didn't you speak up at the dinner when your uncle went on his racist rant? Why didn't you check your coworker when they joked about those people taking their jobs? Why didn't you say something when you saw a cashier being harassed because their English wasn't perfect? Why didn't you tell your neighbor to stop calling the cops on black kids riding their bikes? You had years to do something, years to show up, years to build coalition, make demands, and use every tool, including voting, to slow the rise of fascism. but you chose apathy and called it principle. You chose performative activism over tangible action. And now you want to act shocked at what's happening? You think Supreme Court overturning Roe was bad? You think banning books was bad? You think targeting trans people, criminalizing homeless, and throwing immigrants into detention camps was bad? You haven't seen bad yet. You just opened the door to an administration that wants to erase entire communities, gut democracy, and consolidate power in a way this country has never seen. And you let it happen. So now the proverbial blood is on your hands. And when history asks what you did in the face of fascism, what are you going to say? That you stayed home? That you posted infographics? That you didn't like Biden or Kamala? Because none of that is going to save you now.
That is extremely profound, and it sums up in exact words what a large part of the country is feeling. And I cannot imagine what it is like to be a Black woman in
But
America today.
I need it to be perfectly clear, Theory. I don't know you personally. I'm assuming, and you could correct me if I'm wrong, that you are in fact a white woman. Those people look like you.
Yeah.
And we need to stop as Americans, you know what I'm saying, requiring that Black people, Black men and women, put their sanity, their bodies, and their families on the line to clean up shit you guys created. It's fucked. To be honest with you, it pisses me off to have constantly white men and women come into my inbox and go on my panels and tell me how scared they are and how worried they are. And you're like, what are we going to do? You had years to do it. You've had your whole fucking life and your parents' lives and their parents before them. You had all the time in the world to do something, and you didn't. You fought for this imperialist country. You joined, you know what I'm saying, in their occupation and in destabilizing of other nations. You bought the products. You wore the t-shirts. You know what I'm saying? Like, you did the whole thing. And now, when you're faced with potentially having to live in this country the way that Black, brown, and indigenous people have the entire time, now all of a sudden, it's what do we do? I don't know. Maybe you could have started with listening to Black people 100+ years ago. So when Black women say, fuck it, let them burn. And when Black men, you know what I'm saying, who are somewhat conscious, say, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to help you. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've taken all of the assassinations we can take at this point. Martin, Hampton, Newton, Malcolm.
Everyone.
Like, do I got to be the next person on a t-shirt or a holiday? How many more of us have to be a martyr before you guys do something? How many more? How many more coalitions do we have to start? How many more, you know what I'm saying, organizations do we have to build? The Poor Man's Coalition, the Rainbow Coalition, Black Lives Matter. How many more? How many more? When do you start your coalition? When do you start your organization that focuses on the disparities that exist in this society? When do you start your organizations and your coalitions that fix the erasure of trans and other LGBTQIA plus people? When do you start focusing on how they treat undocumented immigrants or indigenous women and children? When do you guys start doing this? I don't care how much you donated to a nonprofit or that you showed up to a protest or two and wore a stupid pink hat or got a blue band to put around your arm, or, you know what I'm saying, put ally in your fucking bio on social media. I don't give a fuck about that, because that ain't never saved any of our fucking lives.
I want you to understand that my silence is not in protest of what you're saying. I agree with everything that you're saying, 110%. And I have been trying to do things since I have been an adult woman in America. And right now, the only thing I can tell you that I am doing here in Atlanta, Georgia, is trying to get people together to understand that if we don't come together, we all lose. And everything that we've been fighting for equality for other people, is for nothing. And I have been talking to white women and to white men and to people that voted for Trump and just getting them to see the things that they told you are lies about these people. You cannot hate people that don't look like you just because you've been told by someone else that it's wrong. And for me, the questions that I ask people when they say things in front of me that I find completely inappropriate is I'll turn to them and say, hey, what is it about me that made you feel comfortable to say what you just said?
Because you and people like you have made them comfortable for centuries.
I'm referring to the people that are saying racist comments and things that are inappropriate.
And I answered your question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just didn't want you to think my silence was me negating what you were saying. I 100% agree with you.
It's time for y'all to start cleaning up your own fucking house.
Like you're the one to talk.
I am. I am.
You hate Jesus? You should just admit it already. You hate Jesus?
No one
You're a
hates
communist?
Jesus.
Jesus
What?
was a communist.
No, he wasn't.
Well, let's read the book of Acts.
Are you a Christian?
Let's read the book of Acts.
Wait, are you a Christian?
Let's read the book of Acts.
Let's read the book of Marx.
I don't think that's in the. You mean Mark?
Marx. Karl Marx.
Yeah, I don't participate in that. I don't follow any white people's ideologies.
White people?
Yeah, Karl Marx
You
was white.
support
Was
black
he not?
supremacy. You support
What?
black supremacy.
I don't think black people are superior to any other
No,
people.
but you want that. You want that.
No, I don't. How are you gonna speak for me?
Because what you just said.
What did I just say?
That it's our fault that the world is apparently so shit for you guys.
It is, in fact, your fault.
No, it isn't.
It absolutely is.
Communism does not work, second of all.
Communism is the only thing that works. It worked for the
Why
vast
is that?
majority of human history.
Why is that?
Because it's the only true democracy.
True democracy, so-called democracy is an illusion.
Sure.
Like Syria, for example.
Okay, so then that's fine. So then you don't believe in Jesus.
I do.
Well, no, because then you would
Do
be telling
you?
me that everything he believed in was an illusion.
Wait, are you Christian?
I'm not going to keep going back and forth with you. Would you like to read
Fine.
the book or not?
Fine.
Got it. So we're going to discuss what the Bible says and see if you actually are a follower of Jesus, or is this something that you use so that you can look down your nose at other people. Me thinks, what do you think? No, Raj, you think it's probably the second?
Weaponization is what it is.
Yeah, weaponization of it.
Hey guys, Theory asked if it was okay for them to drop. They didn't run away. Okay. Let's Graham is the focus of the conversation now.
They made themselves the focus. You know, white people centering themselves. Where have we
That's
seen that
bullshit.
before?
Bullshit.
I do agree that it is bullshit for you to just jump in here and center yourself. I do agree with that.
You think communism works?
I know that it does.
No, it doesn't. And
I know
you're
that
the
that's how
Antichrist.
society's operated for the vast majority of human history. That's what I do know. I know that to be 100% true. I know that men are the cause of all societal issues.
Why is that?
I know that white people have done nothing but kill, steal, and destroy on this planet. That's what I know.
No.
Yes. Nuh-uh is not a firm argument, friend. Nuh-uh. Did he run yet?
No. Graham, are you in the United States?
Yeah,
Yeah, what state are you in?
Oregon,
What time is it there right now?
8:48.
Okay. Every man should be judged according to their abilities. Is that Marx or is that the Bible?
Marx.
Gotcha. We should distribute to each according to their needs. Is that Marx or is that the Bible?
Bible.
Okay. No one should claim private property or of any possessions, but everything that is owned should be held in common. For any who own lands or houses, sell them and bring the proceeds of what is sold, and it should be distributed to each as they have need. Where's that from? Marx or the Bible?
Bible.
Oh, that's interesting. So you said the first one was Marx. It was the Bible.
No,
The
it
second
wasn't.
one was the Bible. The third one was the Bible. Yes, it is. It's Acts 11:29.
Yeah, that's Call Me Bible. You got it from the Midwest Marx Bible shop.
The Midwest Marx Bible shop. So we'll go to King James Version. Is that the one you prefer?
No, that's a fake one. That's the
Okay,
one.
which
that
one
the
should
Call Me-
New International? Which one do you want me to go to?
Hold on. The Bible.
No,
you're
just tell me the
reading from-
version. Just tell me the version. I don't need to hear that. Hold on.
The
Just tell me the
original
version.
Bible. The original
Yeah, that's fine.
one.
So
The
Hebrew to
legendary
English
one.
translation. I got that one.
What?
Hebrew to English translation.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. We can do that. That's my favorite. So I'm good with that.
By the way, I'm a former member of the Proud Boys. Just so
I
you
don't
know.
care. What does that mean to
You
me?
should care. You
Why?
should care. You should be scared of me. You should fear me. Brother, I'll knock you out.
right now.
Brother,
He's
brother,
so fucking for real right now.
I'm 6'3".
Say psych right
I'm
now.
not-
No. Say psych right now. Please.
Oh shit!
Oh my god.
Yo, you gotta be kidding me right now. Oh,
Yikes.
shit.
Nobody gives a
That's
shit.
fucking hilarious.
Brother, the
Oh
Bible you're
man,
reading from,
shut
the-
your
buddy.
bitch ass up.
I'll knock your ass out, man.
Yeah, I bet. Well, if I was asleep, maybe.
Yeah, sure you would, man.
That
I
was
do Muay
fucking
Thai.
hilarious. If I was asleep, maybe you would have a shot.
He's part of the Powerpuff Boys. Which one are you? Are
Yeah, I
you Bubbles?
know.
Are you Bubbles?
Bubbles.
Not funny.
Oh shit, bro said I used to be a part of the Proud Boys. Hey, yo,
Yeah,
did
until
y'all
the
sleep?
leader
Did
went
y'all
to
spoon?
jail.
Did y'all spoon when you slept together?
Did y'all spoon when you slept together?
Jumping out the back of fucking U-Hauls and shit. And the
Dressing
disciples,
like y'all
according
work at
as
Walmart.
anyone was prospering, determined each of them sinned for ministration to the brethren dwelling in
The
Judah,
communist
which also
Martin
they
Luther King
did,
created
having
that
sent
Bible.
on to the elders by the hand of Barnabas and Saul. What's that?
Bible.
That's a direct Hebrew to English translation.
I know it's the Bible.
Yes, that's what I just said. 11:29.
But you hate Jesus. You just proved my point.
I hate Jesus by reading the Bible.
Who said we hated Jesus though? Like just serious questions.
You-
Just serious tone for a moment. Who said we hated Jesus?
Your content said that.
But Jesus loves the little children. Why would we hate Jesus?
You don't love Jesus.
Yeah, I've never made any content that said anything negative about Jesus ever.
Me either.
You're not Christian either.
You're not. Yeah, you saw he said either.
You're
That Freudian
Satanist.
slip.
Yeah.
That Freudian
You're
slip. Either. He said
You
either.
guys are all satanic.
You guys are all satanic. Can you
Nothing-
spit whatever saliva is in your mouth first and then start
Yeah, I'll
talking?
spit it right now. I'll spit it.
Okay. Good. Because it sounds like you got a whole mouthful of saliva.
You talk with a lisp.
You one of them Hawk Tool boys?
No.
Oh. You sure? You got Hawk Tool.
Yeah.
Spit on that thing. That's how you rock?
Shut up, man. You disgust me.
That's fine. I mean, you're really not my type, so I'm okay with that.
I don't care. I'll knock your ass out.
I'm so scared. Might not even sleep tonight. Whatever will
I'll
I
shoot
do?
you. I'll shoot you.
Oh, you think they stopped making them when they made yours? I am not afraid of you, sir. Like literally, I'm more afraid, you know what I'm saying, of ants crawling in my
Brother,
pee hole than I
you
am
were the
afraid of
one
you.
that was looting the shops in the streets during the
I've never
BLM
had to loot
riots.
anything in my life.
Yeah, you have. You probably think that the BLM is a moral organization.
It is, in fact.
No, it isn't. They're Marxist terrorists.
You
They
don't even know what
support
a
black
Marxist is.
supremacy.
You don't know what Marxist is.
Yeah, I do.
What is a Marxist?
Marxist is someone who believes in the abolition of public or of private property.
What I know, it really isn't. Who was that who just said that? Was that Noah or was that reality? Hello? Which
That
one of
was
y'all said that?
reality. I did not speak up yet. I'm waiting my turn.
Oh, that was reality? Reality, are you a Trump supporter, bro?
Yeah, I was just asking if we could go ahead and kick this bitch and
Shut
she's
your
not adding anything to the
shut your
conversation.
bitch ass up,
So,
motherfucker.
so
Yeah.
look at this. Look at this, bro.
Guys,
Like
no
these are
recording.
your people, friend. I just want you to see that. I just want you to know that these are your folks.
I don't care. I don't care about them. They're fucking terrorists. They're fucking
Hey, yo, $50
undercover
support.
rhinos.
We only have 230 left.
Rhinos.
Yeah, I bet. Rhinos that voted for Trump. Got it. Anyways, go ahead, Noah. What is it? Are you a Trump supporter, Noah?
Sorry about that. I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm a friendly.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you either be patient or drop down into the comments till I talk to reality. Is that okay with you?
Wait, no, Noah, you know the song that goes Allah Surya Bashar?
Yeah, nobody's listening. To me.
Anyway, I do have to go, but I was hoping just to let you know about this business in Philadelphia that needs support.
Okay, yeah.
Chicks.
Yes, chubby chicks. That's exactly the business I was
Sure,
to
we'll
share.
talk about it. Yeah, absolutely. We'll talk about it later.
That is all. And thank you so much. And thank you, Jones, for everything that you read earlier. It was very cathartic. I think that femicide, specifically black femicide, is completely ignored in these conversations. And it's nice to hear it being brought up. So thank you so much. And I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you.
No problem. Absolutely.
Thanks, Noah. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
When was the last time you washed your dreadlocks?
This morning, and they're locks, just locks. Nuh-uh.
You're extremely racist.
I bet.
And you wear nail polish, seriously.
She paints them.
I'll slap the shit out of you if I saw you in the street.
It would be the last thing you ever did. I hope you have 6 strong friends.
My best friend is my gun.
That's fine. He's an amosexual. What? Okay. Hey, y'all. One of the mods, y'all can go ahead and remove him. That's fine.
Deportation.
Fuck you.
Deportation.
Fuck you.
That's
You're
fine.
wrong.
I'm okay with that.
Fuck
I knew
you.
he wanted to sleep with me. That's what this was about the whole time, wasn't it?
Buddy.
Oh, poop butt. Can I see this for just a second? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Based. Go ahead, Fred.
What's up, you guys? How are you this morning?
Good, how are you?
Fantastic. Oh, somebody let up Auntie, please. Fantastic, man. Have you had some water? Say something kind about yourself.
I was about to ask you the same thing. Yes, I have. Just enjoying a pretty chill day at work. Yeah, just freezing my ass off.
Oh, that sucks. I'd quit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we do work inside, but I'm on lunch right now. It's kind of cold outside, but yeah, I was just kind of wanted to hop on here for a minute. When you're letting me know that that's my people, I don't claim him for 1 second. So
Yeah, but see, here's the problem, right? Here's the problem. We don't get to disassociate ourselves, you know what I'm saying, from the people who we align ourselves with. Like, if I voted for, you know what I'm saying, the Schnazis in 1930s Germany, thinking that they were going to do something for me financially or otherwise, like it was going to benefit my family, and then they started doing the Schnazi shit the Schnazis do, I can't say, oh, that's not me. I'm not with them. You are, in fact, with them because you chose, you know what I'm saying? And it's even more so now in 2025 because we've already seen historically what this looks like. See, the people in Germany, they had an excuse because they had never dealt with something like this before. They had never seen it before. They didn't know what to expect or, how it was all going to play out. But in 2025, we've had nearly 100 years, right? 100 plus years to actually see what this looks like, what the signs are. And we had the opportunity to stop it before it was, going to be harmful for all people. Now we don't have that excuse. So you can't say, oh, well, those aren't my people. No, those are certainly your people.
All right. Well, do you align with BLM then? Because I
Black
can
Lives Matter,
promise-
absolutely.
I'm going to,
Absolutely.
let me finish my statement. I can guarantee you, and I would be willing to put my life on it, 10 toes deep, that only 1% of the MAGA population believe the way that he does, and that
And
is
you'd be wrong.
that is vying for no, you are wrong, Mr. Jones.
I'm not.
I can solemnly swear that you are wrong.
Sir.
So
Sir,
70%.
I do this for a living. I do this for a
That's
living.
great.
Last year, I had more air miles than I had car
I don't
miles
do
in
this for a living, and
2024.
I know better than you do about the MAGA population.
You don't.
Hmm.
I mean,
That's fine.
it's cool,
We'll pass.
and this is one of the major problems with white men specifically in the United States, is they are very self-unaware. They don't have any idea what is going on in their interpersonal lives or around them. The reason that they suffer from this affliction, I would call it, is because they don't have to care about what is going on around them or in their in their surroundings. They don't have to worry about it because the vast majority of it doesn't affect them. I've
Well, I
talked
think
to
that's false.
what?
I think that
Oh
that's
man,
false because
geez, that's crazy. You just cut me off mid sentence.
well, I haven't gotten to really talk more than 3 seconds since I've gotten up. So I think that that's entirely wrong, and I'll tell you why. Because this very catastrophizing language that you were using in that little mini speech that you gave, don't get me wrong, you definitely are eloquent with your words, and I can respect that for sure. However, it is a tenet of the woke side that they need to catastrophize everything about the state of
What does woke mean? What does woke mean?
so it's just it's modern day political correctness at a basic level. But
Do you think that I'm politically correct?
No, I said on a basic level, but on a more macro
Okay,
level.
what's the opposite of woke?
Bro, let me finish one statement before you
Well, no,
respond.
I need clarification, sir. What's the opposite of woke?
Conservative, I would say. So again, on a macro level, though.
Conservative. What do you
On a
conservative?
macro level, listen. On a macro level, though, it is a very modernism that the left is trying to adopt today, which is the basically the extinction of the human race. There is no objective truth, and nothing.
There is no objective truth.
Is that right?
Absolutely. Unless we're talking like math.
Well, explain.
Explain
that there's no objective truth in things such as the male in the for instance the nuclear family.
I love it. I love it. I knew he was gonna fall for the trap. It makes me so happy that I'm so much smarter than you guys. So hey, do me a favor really quickly, and I mean quickly. Tell me an immutable characteristic of a man. Do you know what immutable is? Do I have to define immutable first?
No.
Okay, tell me an immutable characteristic of a man. Go quickly.
Well, for one, that we take the dirty jobs that the females won't.
Wrong. That's not a mutable characteristic of a man. Some men.
It is.
No, it's
is.
not. Sir, do you know what immutable means? That's why I asked if I had to define immutable first.
Yes, I do. Yes.
Okay,
I do
what does
know.
immutable mean?
So
What does immutable mean?
For the sake of the conversation.
What does immutable mean?
If you look back to like 1920.
What does immutable mean?
If you look back to around 1920.
What does immutable mean?
When women were vying for their rights, they had a certain.
Okay, sir. We need to know that you know what immutable means, and then we need you to try to answer the question again.
If you don't know, it's okay to say that you don't.
Yeah, it's fine to say you don't know.
I'd rather you say you don't know and be honest
Than
about
just
it.
keep on ranting about stuff that has nothing to do with nothing.
Maybe if you spell it for him.
Use it in a sentence.
Distinct and unique to a certain demographic, meaning
Wrong.
it's It's a inalienable characteristic of a person that is biological or that is inherent to their.
Inherent wouldn't be the right word. It'd be innate. Innate is the word you're looking for. So unchanging over time or unable to be changed. So immutable means that it would be the same for every single man alive. All men can't do dirty jobs. Like, I can literally build a house from the foundation up. The vast majority of men I know cannot do that.
So hold on, you're trying to defeat the argument by saying that there's a certain thing that is an objective truth about men that applies to every single human, and that's impossible. That's already a false premise, because you cannot apply a certain characteristic to any human
But you were
being.
just trying to tell me that there was an objective truth in regards to men.
So the fact.
So tell me an immutable characteristic of men. You just defeated your own argument. Bravo.
Bro,
Bravo. Tell him what he's won, guys.
there's a little icon.
Nothing.
Excuse me. There's a little icon above both your heads that says debate, and I don't know if you know what debate forums look like,
Sir,
but
that's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. These aren't debates.
Take it
These are
down.
conversations.
Great,
I only
take it down.
debate my intellectual equals.
Well, then
So-
you wouldn't find anybody.
Exactly. You're absolutely
Exactly.
right.
You're
Yeah,
right,
you're
too.
absolutely right.
So if we can at least have an exchange of
Sure.
critical thought instead of talking over one another. 'cause
Yeah, so
I haven't talked
in this thought, let's actually be critical. Some dialectical materialism, maybe. So I want to know that if there's no immutable characteristics of men, then being a man is not an objective truth. Yes.
It is an objective truth in so far as it is a constant that has remained since the beginning of at least this country's origin. So
All right.
in other
so-
words, if you look back, like I
So
was
you mean
trying
the men that were wearing powdered wigs and tights
No.
and makeup
No.
and high heels?
Nope.
Those men.
more modern history. So if you look,
Well, you
back
said the
in-
beginning of this country.
So women who wear pants are men?
I'm confused.
I'm wearing pants right now. Am I a man now?
You might not be confused if you would at least let me finish one thought. That's all I'm
The point
asking.
is, see, the point
This
is,
is a
friend,
filibustering that you
there
guys
are-
do, and you
no,
believe that you've
I-
won conversations and you haven't. That's another immutable characteristic about you guys. You, especially when you're the host of these lives, there's no action. Have you ever lost a debate? Let me ask. Have you ever lost a debate? Exactly. Thanks for proving it. So all I'm trying to do is get across at least one single thought, and that is, if you look
Okay,
back
go ahead.
I was. Thank you. If you look back around 1920, when women were vying for their equal rights and the right to vote, there were actually far more anti-suffragettes than there were suffragettes at the time, because they believed, we aren't able to actually accrue debt. We're not actually able to be conscripted for the military, so we actually prefer it this way, and we allow the men to do so. And if you look at the type of jobs, the type of professions, the top 20 professions that existed for women before their rights were given to them, they are virtually identical today as they were back then, and that's for a particular reason. And that's why I said that there is an immutable characteristic about men as opposed to women, and I'm talking biological men, not non-biological women or men.
There's no such thing. There's no such thing. So don't say that again.
So you can claim that someone is a woman even if they're not biologically a woman. That's why I said that.
There's no such thing as a biological woman either.
All right. For the sake of sticking on topic, I'll continue.
Do you have a degree in biology?
You don't need one.
Well, I do. So if
You
you're
do
going to
have-
say, if you're going to use terms in terms of biological man or biological woman, I need you to understand that that's not a thing. Okay, thanks.
I bet you also don't know the definition of gender, right?
I do know the definition of gender. I also know that it is a neurosocial construct.
So to finish my thought, if you look at the top 20 professions that women hold today, they are virtually identical to before they were able to. So why is that? That is because there's an immutable characteristic.
No, sir. That's incorrect. That's incorrect. That's incorrect. It's because men have gone out of their way to make sure that women do not join into these fields. And not only that, when women do break into those fields, they harass them, sexually harass them, grape them, talk down to them, demean them, degrade them, so on and so forth. So it has nothing to do with them not wanting to be in these spaces, because prior to colonialism, prior to colonization, women participated in every facet of indigenous communities. I'm talking about hunting, building of shelter. Women built helped build the pyramids. And if we look at during World War II, when men were off to war, who was running the manufacturing facilities? Women, black women at that.
Because they had to.
Oh, so they could do it. And then they loved their jobs. And when the men came back from the war, what did they do? Push them back out of the industries. Told them to go home and get back in the kitchen.
What's so wrong with that?
Because they didn't want to be there. That's why they were drugging themselves. So they were literally in a state, a constant or perpetual state of absence.
You don't think that we're drugging ourselves more today than they were back then?
No, definitely not. The self-unaliving rate of women was significantly higher prior to to no-fault divorce and women being able to enter the workforce. Go ahead, Elrez.
All I was going to say was leave it to a white woman to run the anti-suffrage movement. That's all I was going to say. This is a white woman.
So if you look at the advent of SSRIs around 1990 and the level of depression and anxiety in Americans in particular, and the correlative...
Bro about to hit me with a correlation causation fallacy. Go ahead.
So I know what you're going to say, and it's a waste of everyone's time and energy, and I'm going to tell you why. Because since SSRIs and any diagnosis has come into effect, has been a diagnosis, what has happened is we've had studies. We've learned that there are more symptoms, more characteristics of these diagnoses, and so the umbrella at which could be diagnosed fitting the certain criteria expanded, and that is true of every single diagnosis ever.
I'm not arguing the diagnoses. I'm arguing the efficacy of the SSRIs. The efficacy of SSRIs is completely bunk, because if you look at the studies that they used, if you look at these studies that they used, please don't interrupt. If you look at the studies that they used,
sir, are you a doctor? Are you a doctor?
If you look at the
studies, are you a doctor?
To confirm,
are you a pharmacist?
Those studies.
Do you work in pharmacology? Are you a doctor? Have you gone to medical school? You have no idea what you're talking about. Joe Blow on the internet is not the person to talk about efficacy of SSRIs.
When you look at the studies,
sir, you don't even know how to read a study, because if you knew what the studies meant, then you, sir, personally would be able to duplicate the study and do what is called peer review. And then you can determine whether or not you come out with the same results or not. These studies are all peer reviewed.
I would like to know.
They needed to be double-blind studies. And they were in fact not double-blind, because these patients.
No, not excuse you. Excuse me. What study are you talking about, so that I can read it and look at what you're talking about?
We actually worked in the medical field.
I still do.
So, right at this second, while I'm at work, I cannot cite the particular.
Be able to name one.
Device.
I know. You should be able to name one.
They were supposed to be.
This is your argument. You should be able to name one.
I don't have an argument because you won't let me finish it.
Well, do you know who
the double-blind study was not...
Okay, well, I can tell you I'm the queen of Florida, and there was a study that said it, but I can't tell you the study, but it's true because there was a study. So if you could, maybe an author of the study, the title of the study, the journal it was published in, something, anything, because otherwise you're just pulling things out of your rectum.
No, if I can describe the study well enough to you, you can actually research it and find it.
Go ahead. I'll do that.
I've been trying to, for fuck's sake. So, if you look at, it was meant to be a double-blind study, and it in fact was not a double-blind study, because they were given, a certain number were given the SSRIs, and another was given a placebo, of course. And those that were given a placebo never felt any effects from it whatsoever. And then they told them prior to the study that if you receive the medication comes with it a certain set of side effects that include, drowsiness, itchiness, whatever the side effects may be. They were given these side effects prior to actually taking the drug itself. When they took the drug itself, they actually started noticing these side effects that were told to them. And when, of course, you feel these side effects, you know that you were the one that got those SSRIs and not the one that got the placebo. So it, in fact, was not a double-blind study. These were just people with their own confirmation bias that were receiving something and saying, yeah, I feel better because I've been told by these clinicians that if I receive this drug, it's going to reduce my depression. And because they got the drug that gave them the side effects, they inherently had the reaction that, yes, I must have gotten this drug, so yes, I feel better. So it was in fact not
So you've just
the efficacy.
described any study that showed a placebo effect. That's not
No,
helpful
any
at
study
all,
that
at
is
all.
self-reported, just like the gender dysphoria
What was the sample
diagnoses.
size? What was the sample size in this study?
Again, I apologize, but I do
All
not
right, so
have
then
that
you're not going to talk about
available
it
here.
anymore because then Google it.
Fantastic.
You can teacup and you can Google it because you would know.
Maybe this person up at the top has the
No,
I don't know.
Eli doesn't. That's not a study, Eli. That's from Fox News.
Yeah, that's the point that I was making. They're just talking about studies. Like he's doing the same commentary that they do.
Who's they?
In this case, they
I
is
just want to
Fox
see.
News.
I just want to see what it says. What's
In
that
this
now?
case,
Chose
they
the
is Fox
study,
News.
the article name: long-term antidepressant medication use may not
help patients over the long haul study says. What's the name of that study? Can you tell me the name of that study that they're
Yeah, let me
referencing?
actually read the article and see if they refer to an actual study.
Okay, let me know. Appreciate it.
Eli only has an echo because they have their camera on. It happens when we're on studio.
All right, so this is going to be a little off topic of a question, but I have a question that I'd like to ask, if you could. You would say that you are a feminist, right? No reds?
No. Why?
Well, I've watched you for a while. I love both of you guys.
I mean, you can say that I'm a feminist, but I'm not.
Okay, well, I just wanted to say I've watched you guys for a long time. I love you guys. I really do. I love you as people. And we obviously have some cognitive dissonance where a lot of things are concerned. But when it comes to feminism, I was curious for both of y'all's opinion, where you think anything has actually improved since even the advent of the first wave feminism. What actually has improved for women in particular, women in particular? What has actually improved since the advent of feminism?
Self-unaliving is down 70%.
I got the ability to leave the person who was abusing me.
Not have to convince a judge, and not have to convince a judge that, you know what I'm saying, that they were in fact being abused in order to leave, and not have to worry about being financially tied to that person, because you can have your own bank account and have your own mortgage and have your own car loan and have your own credit cards.
Yep.
No, but you had those equal rights back in 1920. Yeah, you did.
No, women didn't have the ability to have their own bank account until like the 70s.
Or get a loan, or have a no-fault divorce, or get a credit card.
So
As a matter of fact, when I started in the car business, we had to ask women, you know what I'm saying, if their husband was coming to co-sign, because the vast majority of the banks wouldn't loan to women alone.
That's fine. What are you seeing? All right. So no fault divorce. Do you think that the marginalizing of men for the sake of no fault divorce and women just being able to say, I don't want to be here anymore, and leave, and then leave the bulk of the responsibility financially and otherwise on the man, you think that's okay?
How do you think that marginalizes men? Because when women leave, that doesn't put the bulk of financial responsibility on men. As a matter of fact, if we're talking about like child support is only a fraction of what it costs to take care of a child. A fraction. As a matter of fact, it's reimbursement for the expenses that
you're marginalizing him by taking custody, majority of custody from men.
Actually, the men who fight for custody is typically settled outside of court and settled in moderation, and men actually choose not to take custody. In the cases that they do fight for custody, they
well, I think that's maybe justified if they have a woman who is willing to leave them for absolutely no cause at all. They might think it's better off that they're not with that person anymore.
It doesn't matter if there's a cause or no cause.
Hold on,
I just
don't
want
interrupt.
To point out, like we're talking about the draft and things like that before, and women being in the workforce and then being removed from the workforce. Those things were all designed by men because men don't want to take care of the children. Just like the anti-suffrage movement, it was because they wanted women to be in the home. They wanted women to care for the children. Men don't want to, but when they do,
And again, I
they
ask, what's wrong
actually
with
get what
that?
they want.
What is
I
wrong
didn't
with
say.
that?
I mean, that if that's your preference, it'll be your preference. I don't care. But what does that have to do with no fault divorce? If women want to leave, and they shouldn't have to prove why they should be allowed to leave.
Then what do you think the institution of marriage is meant to be?
It's a fucking sham. It's a tax deduction. Marriage is.
Yeah,
is a
marriage
piece of
only benefits
paper.
men, does not benefit
But
women.
Didn't you say it's your Christians?
No, we never said that. We said we didn't hate Jesus. That's totally different.
Different.
But yeah, marriage only benefits men. The average child support payment in the United States is $430. That you can't raise a child on $430. More than 45% of men don't even pay their child support.
Yep. And I mean, if you want to talk about Christianity and marriage and what the institution of marriage was for, it was so that people could pay dowries and get fucking goats and land and shit. And they gave them a person in exchange for it. Like, it wasn't for the benefit of women. It wasn't for the betterment of women. It was so
And
people
see, I
could
think
get
that's
fucking
probably
shiny coins and shit.
Less than a third of non-custodial fathers make child support payments regularly. Less than a third.
I don't have,
In
see, I don't have
2000
stats
in
to-
2020, only 43% of custodial fathers, 43% of custodial fathers paid their child support payments. And that it wasn't even full. 38% of custodial mothers never received a child support payment.
My ex owes me $9,000.
And I can appreciate those stats, and I do not have stats next to me, like I said, but I think that's one of the very, very stark differences that you see between your side and ours is the value of certain things that are intangible, not like data, not like money, not like.
I've listened to you long enough, right? You're making a lot of assumptions about people up here. None of us are Democrats. Not a single solitary one of us.
You're not conservative. I know that.
You conservative.
I have no loyalty to any political affiliation. Because for me, they're all old ass white men. So I hate them all equally.
How does that benefit you?
So again, I'm looking for no benefit from my government because my government doesn't give a fuck about me.
Don't you want a bigger government?
No,
I don't want a government
we don't want a government at all. We don't want to be governed
at all.
or policed.
Nothing.
So you think just abolish the police and just let crime run?
No, abolish government and any authoritative figure.
No, you said yeah. You said yeah, Jones. Why do you believe so?
Yeah, absolutely. So if we make sure that people's material conditions are met, right? Because we know that we can draw a straight line from poverty to crime. So if we make sure that people's material conditions are met, we don't have to, concern ourselves with crime. In addition to that, if we reallocated those funds to mental health care and made sure more people had access to SSRIs and benzos and things of that nature, then we don't have to worry about people, like having crash outs on a regular basis.
What about the Covenant shooter, the transgender shooter who was on?
So we're going to talk about one person who may or may not have been part of the trans community. Like, why do you want to keep going back to that? Sir, you don't understand how biology or physiology works. You're not about to sit here and just cut me off over and over again. I've given you more than enough time to talk. That's what we're not going to do.
You just cut me off.
No, I did not. You asked me a question.
No, I wasn't done asking the question.
You want me to run back the tape?
Please, I'm waiting.
I think that the problem is that you don't understand boundaries. We've already told you that we're not going to engage in a conversation.
So your boundaries include you're allowed to interrupt me, but
I'm
allowed to
speaking,
interrupt you.
sir. I'm speaking. I haven't cut you off. Okay. We're not going to engage in a conversation that leads down transmissia lane. We're not doing it. He's already told you that multiple times.
I wasn't even referencing their transgenderism, their mental health.
Transgenderism is not a
Their
word.
mental health.
Transgenderism is not a thing.
If you were talking about mental health, you would have talked about all school pupils and not one specific person who may or may not have belonged to a specific demographic.
Yes, exactly. That's
especially
exactly
when
what
we
I
know
think.
that
No, but you
white
didn't have to
men,
mention it.
especially when we know that white young men are the most likely to commit a mass pew-pewing. We know that white men are the most likely to grape. We know that white men are the most likely to commit a home burglary. We know that white men are the most likely, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah,
to
how
commit
many
a
white men
murder.
are there?
We
How
know
many
that a
black
white
men
man is the most likely to commit the unaliving or deletion of his entire family,
Yeah, how
including the
many white
fucking
men are
dog.
there then?
It's
How
per
many white men
capita.
are
It's
there?
per capita, sir.
So after all the trillions of dollars that have been invested into the black community over decades, and still no increase in, or I'm sorry,
By
decrease
whom?
in the by the federal government, by the taxpayers, trillions of
Horseshit.
Does
dollars over
redlining
decades.
still exist?
Wait, what did he say?
Trillions of dollars invested into the black community is hilarious.
Did he just say
you mean hold on,
trillions of
you mean when they
dollars?
like build highways directly through black communities? You mean when they put like waste facilities right next to black communities? You mean like they commit what do they call it?
Mr. Jones, you're a jit.
What is it called? Terrorism when they
You're a
put
jit, Mr. Jones.
ecological
You're a jit.
terrorism. They commit ecological terrorism, you know what I'm saying, on black communities on a regular basis. Like, I don't know what it is that you're talking about when you say invest money. Like, black children historically have the lowest funded education systems in black communities. So, I mean, I don't know what it is that you're saying. Invest it.
They also have a
Over policing? You mean
They also have
putting
no.
tons of police in black neighborhoods?
They
Is
also
that
have
what
a
you're talking about?
They also have a disproportionately higher number of single parent households than
Correct, because of poverty, because of over policing, because of lack of access to resources. Yes, you're right. Because when you arrest, you know what I'm saying, a third of the fucking black fathers and put them in jail for the same crimes that are being committed by white people at significantly higher rates in some cases, like possession of narcotics.
That's, you can thank Kamala for that. She is the one who was
No, she did not. Nope. No, she did not. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. Over 1,900 cases prosecuted. How many people did she put in jail? 45?
Yeah.
And for what crime was that?
Yeah, because they had multiple crimes. It's because they had compounding crimes. So it wasn't just possession. And all of the people that she put in jail weren't even black. 45 people is hardly the entirety of the black population.
She was known for keeping on a regular basis.
No, she was not. No, she was not.
She created the.
Simple possession.
No, she was not.
All right.
No, she was not. No, she was not. No, she was not.
Can we-
Sir, that none of that's true. I can literally put it on the screen and show you that that's false.
Can we
Let's put it on the
Not-
screen. That's fine.
can we not
Heidi,
forget? I was just going to say, can we not forget how we got here? Because how we got here was him saying this statement about how he knows everything about the left, that all the left wants
I
is
have
to
never once said that.
Hang on. I will quote you directly because I made sure to write it down so I didn't forget. You said what the left wants is the elimination of the human race and this idea that there's no objective truth. When in actuality, as someone who ran for office as a Democrat, I can tell you that what Democrats actually want and actually care about is for people to have access to the resources that they need, like
That part.
public education and like affordable health care. And like, I want the people in my community to be able to walk to and from work and to and from school. Those are the things that we actually want, that we are actually trying to pass policies for. What you're saying Democrats want is just what Fox News has convinced you that Democrats
That's coming
want.
from a Democrat. When also, if you look at Kamala, who right
Right.
away, as soon as she's
Right.
campaigning and wants
So,
to buy
as I was
votes,
saying
she's
when
going
you
to
just kept
say that she wants
overtalking
to.
me, so I guess I'm just going to keep talking until you.
I had to
finish.
respond to what he's
So,
saying. He's coming
no,
straight
I
at
was
me. I have to
speaking,
respond to what he's saying.
Great,
Okay,
cool.
so-
I was speaking, and I'm going
Go
to
ahead.
continue speaking because I'm going to finish what I was saying.
Mr. Jones, you're a
in terms to
clown.
those
cool.
arrests, I just want to remind you that Kamala also created the Back on Track program, which provided people with education and resources and reduced recidivism rates to less than 10%. So, like, I don't know
So
what you're
why did she
talking about,
advocate-
but you just.
So then why did she advocate for legalizing marijuana on the campaign just so she
Here
could get
it
elected?
goes right here. So I'm going to read it. Kamala Harris locked up black men for marijuana. One of the most persistent claims about Kamala Harris is the false narrative that while serving as San Francisco district attorney, she incarcerated thousands of black men for marijuana possessions. This accusation has been heavily promoted by Donald Trump, who once alleged that Harris put thousands and thousands of people behind bars for cannabis-related offenses. However, this portrayal distorts the truth. Critics
Yeah, I don't know
often
if
cite a
it's
figure of over 1,500 marijuana convictions under her leadership. According to the Mercury News, an investigative report revealed that from 2004 to 2010, Harris's office oversaw 1,956 marijuana convictions, both misdemeanors and felony. Despite this, only 45 individuals were ultimately sentenced to state prison with no information available about their racial identity, because not all of them were black, and many of them had multiple crimes other than just possession. While it's uncertain how many people may have served in county jail, Harris's administration aimed to avoid jail time for those convicted of simple possession. In 2019, Paul Henderson, who led narcotics prosecutions under Harris, made it clear our policy was that no one with a marijuana conviction for mere possession could do any jail time at all. Thank you.
Stop the cap.
Thank you.
Mr. Jones, you're a jit. You're a jit.
Okay, cool.
What the fuck is a jit?
It means a young
Ew.
kid
He's
in
from
Florida. But I mean,
Jacksonville.
thank you. I appreciate it. I'm in my
Ew,
40s.
You're from
Makes me feel good.
Jacksonville, aren't
Appreciate
you?
You're a certified jit.
Cool.
What the fuck is a jit? Is that the new word for nigga?
No, it just means little. It just means young kid. And
You gonna sit up here and let her slur? I feel quite
I'm a
offended
black
by
woman.
it.
I can say it,
Oh my
motherfucker. You
God.
can't.
So why can't I?
You're just mad that you can't say it?
Yes.
Say it.
that's
Say it then.
crazy.
Go ahead. We'll wait.
No, go ahead.
Why do
You
you
got
give
free
it so
reign,
much
bro.
power?
Say the N word all you
Why
want.
do you
Go
give
ahead.
it so much power? You know,
Go
you
ahead.
understand that by giving it this much power
Oh,
Go ahead.
and turning it into this
Not
magical
white men,
wand.
not white men
that
telling us
somebody-
what we should be upset about and what we shouldn't be upset about. God forbid
whatever
black people
word.
get to make decisions for them
No.
goddamn selves.
Let me
This
know.
is what I was
Whatever
talking about,
word.
y'all. When I gave the speech, where are the white people at right now chastising this mediocre field white? Like, where are y'all at now?
I told him to say the N word. I was like, go ahead, say it.
We'll
Do
wait.
it.
We will
Do
wait.
it. Do it. We'll wait.
Yeah, come
Like,
on,
this shit is
Snow Baby,
crazy.
say it. Here.
Have you
hold
ever-
on.
have you ever
I'll
questioned-
Make it easy. I'll make it easy for you. Hold on.
You know how many black people, that was the last word they ever heard before they were strung up in a tree or dragged behind a truck or dragged through the fucking streets in front of all of the white people who watched on, and then they beat them within an inch of their life, or turned fire hoses on them, or set them on fire, or shaved their skin off their body and made boots and fucking purses and shit like that, or hats out of them, or took their hair and stuffed it in fucking furniture, or took their teeth out of their mouth and put them in their fucking mouth.
You're just mad.
But you want to say it, bro? Go to fuck head. Go the
Let's
fuck
say
head,
it
bro.
together. Hold
We'll
on,
say it
yeah,
together.
Let's say it together. You ready? In 3, 2, 1. Nigga. Well, shit, you missed the cue. Maybe if I do 1, 2, 3. Let's try it that way. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Nigga. Well,
And
shit.
if it's just a word, why won't you say it, friend? Come on, say it.
Maybe
You
he
were
needs
so
alphabet.
excited.
Maybe he needs alphabets. Let's go. You ready? At C. Let's try it again. A, B, C, nigga.
Have you ever pondered that the reason you give it so much power is the entire reason that it's such a problem today? Meaning over
No,
the
it don't, baby. I've been
over
called
the
3
years,
niggas
yeah.
this morning. It don't bother me.
Not
what
by me.
bothers
Not
you
by me.
is the fact
by
that
me.
you can't say it. You said it in your mind, but it won't cross your lips.
False.
That's what the problem is.
Auntie, you have
False.
an echo
I
because your
don't have
camera's
any.
on.
I don't have any vitriol for any single human being, regardless of skin color. I don't see color. I see somebody's.
Heaven
So
forbid.
that's the problem. So
I don't
Heaven
see
forbid
colors.
we have
I don't
something
see
that you
colors
don't.
crazy.
Ignoring people's existence is a problem. Okay, if you're saying
Why?
that you don't see color, then you're refusing to see why
I see
we
human
have
beings.
the problems that we have.
I see human
in
beings with
society.
potential. I see human beings with potential, and the potential is being buried every single
We don't
day.
see any potential in people such as yourself or your ilk. We don't. Like, we stop seeing potential. Well,
Fine, you don't
us
have to.
us in marginalized communities, black
good.
men,
We're just
black
MAGA, we're
women,
good.
you know what I'm saying? A vast majority of Latin women, not the Latin
You're
men
gonna
so
still
much.
be here. You're
Uh,
gonna still
like,
be here
the
crying.
vast
and virtue
majority-
signaling 3 years
I'm
from
not
now when
crying.
Trump has already
I'm not
fixed-
crying.
Trump has already
He
fixed
can't fix
everything
shit.
that you're-
He can't fix shit. He won't fix shit. But anyways, thank you. Like, the vast majority of white women don't even want you anymore. Like, the only reason that they stay attached is because of fear, number one, and number two, no shit. That's it. It's literally fear.
That's the only reason.
That's literally it. It's literally fear. It's literally fear and nothing else. They fear that you're going to take more rights for them. They fear that you're going to take their autonomy away from them. They fear that, you know what I'm saying, you're going to put hands and feet on them and knock their heads between the washer and dryer. They fear you. That's it. That's it. That's all. That's why.
Yeah, now JD Vance.
Because if it wasn't for fear, they wouldn't be with you either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nowadays, JD Vance has changed what no-fault divorce is in the eyes of conservatism, right? They feel like people get into a little argument or a little spat, or a woman gets her head knocked between the dryer and the dresser, and she immediately wants to leave. Now, JD Vance has said that he's going to make it harder for people in abusive situations, especially women, harder for them to walk away, right? They get to file for a divorce, right? And through a conservative judge, they will be given 2 years to seek counseling. So for 2 years, while you getting a rope-a-dope upside your goddamn head, you have to live with the person that's beating your ass for 2 years before you can say, we went to counseling and we tried and it didn't work.
But Auntie, they're leaving for no reason, right? They're leaving for no reason.
They're leaving for a reason.
reason.
The reason is that they have been yelling at the top of their lungs for generations about the way that you guys treat them and you ignored them. The 4B movement didn't happen by accident. White women didn't start saying that I'm going to choose the bear and choose feminism and choose misandry by accident. I don't believe that misandry exists. I'm just saying that a lot of white women literally use that as their username and shit like that. They've adopted these ideals. I'm not saying that it exists. I don't believe in it. But they didn't do this by accident. They're sick of you.
I don't know what you don't understand is that there doesn't have to be a reason. There can be, but there doesn't have to be one. Because if men have the right to have free will and make their own choices over their own lives and their own bodies, then women should as well. There doesn't have to be a reason. If someone wakes up on a Tuesday and says, I can't stand this motherfucker's face anymore, and they want to get a divorce, then they should. They should be able to. They shouldn't have to be with someone who they don't want to spend their time and their space with. There are people out there who will want to spend their time and their space with you, and that's who you should be with. It's not that hard. Marriage is a piece of paper. Love, commitment, uplifting, supporting, understanding. That is what a real relationship is, and it shouldn't be based on a piece of paper. So if someone doesn't want to be there, they should be able to leave, no matter what the reason is, even if that reason is nothing.
Can I ask, this is personal for you, or have you heard from somewhere else that men are getting divorced from in droves for no reason? Where are we learning this? Is it personal, or are you learning this somewhere else? Hello? Are you back? I think you sounded far away and now you're back. You're still really far away. Is this just me, Jones?
No, we can't hear him either.
If you connected with Bluetooth, that might be why.
Yeah, while he get his shit together, can we tap the screen and share it live and get?
Oh yeah. Also, yo guys, can we clear this goal real quick? There's like 1,100 people in here, and I want to get this spin out of the way. Let's clear this goal so I can reset the. Let's clear this goal so I can reset it so we can start on the next spin. Because we still got like what five more sets to give away before the end of the month. Also, I'm about to go to sub only here in a minute. Because remember, we got to get to 1,500 subs by the end of the month, and I'll give a set away.
That's what I was trying to do with the whole thing.
Oh, Olivia, I got you. I seen yours. Sorry, but go ahead.
Yeah, I was trying to do the my thing to encourage the donation.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize, Auntie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little amped up today.
How you gonna hire me? How you gonna hire me and then do my job?
I didn't even know that was you down below me until you put your camera on.
Look, that makes me Trump and you Elon. How you gonna do my job, bro?
I didn't even know that was you down there until you put that camera on.
Mr. Yeah, hey Eli.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good, beloved. Tap the screen, share the live. Let's get the likes up to 200K. Let's get the shares up to 1K. We got only 230 left in this goal. There are 1,200 people in here. Guys, if half of y'all just sent $1, just $1, we can reach the goal and get these beings out the way.
And get to the next, and get through the next one too.
Yeah, he left because he had to go catch that Charlie Kirk live.
Yeah.
Jit.
It's so wild to me. Like people like him want no fault divorce because they feel like they finally got one and they can take the mask off, and they're so scared that when they take their mask off in front of someone, they're not going to like who they actually are. And here's the thing, my guy, just be a better person. Don't abuse your partner, either emotionally, financially, or physically. Take every opportunity to do better. Shut your mouth hole, shut the talkie hole, and use the listening holes. You can, in fact, be a better person, and you can, in fact, be a good partner. Even when you engage in misogynistic behavior, if you shut the fuck up and listen to your partner, you can make corrections and become a better person. Shit, my relationship is like that. There's times I need to shut the fuck up and listen, and there's times that Jones needs to be quiet and listen to me as well. It's called being a partner, but if somebody doesn't want to be with you, let them go. It's okay.
Are y'all married? Are y'all married?
You can't tell we're sitting in the same room.
High five.
Reality, you still have bad audio and you have bars. Nobody can hear you. Yeah, nobody can hear you.
Who's yelling at me about not talking over people? Am I delayed?
Oh, no, I don't think you talked over anybody.
Okay.
No, you haven't.
Hold on a second. Let me run through these really quickly. I see them coming in, y'all. I'm not missing them, I promise.
Hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Can you hear me now? So I just
Dimitri,
wanted,
hold on one second. Melissa, thank you. Political Moon, thank you. Jeremiah, thank you. Cassie, gotcha. Katie D, gotcha. And I didn't see who the other two were. Give me 1 second because they was over on PayPal. Shanika and Laura, thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Yeah, everybody in the comments chirping at Myron. Come up and say that shit to Myron's face.
Yeah, hold on, Myron. You were not here first. Hi, Gigi. How are you?
Okay.
Gigi?
I think they tapped
So
out.
since I'm leaving, I wanted to set the record
No,
straight.
hey!
Bro, if you're leaving, I'm just going to disconnect you while you're talking.
Yeah,
No.
we don't need an exit speech. Thank you.
We don't need an exit speech. You can just say.
Well,
if you
made an assumption. You made an assumption about my relationship that I'm abusive or that
Who
I'm
made an
misogynist.
assumption about your relationship? I don't know jack shit about your relationship.
No Rez did. No Rez did. I wanted to set the record straight.
I don't think
You
No
told
Rez
me.
was talking
Yeah,
about you.
you said
specifically.
you.
made
You
it
very,
personal.
very clearly said the word
in
you.
general, you, not you specifically, because I would have said reality. If such and such is going on in your relationship, I would have addressed
My
it.
wife
It
is
was a
extremely
general-
happy with me and
I
grateful to
don't give
be
a
my wife.
fuck. I don't care.
Let that be
It
known.
was a
She's extremely
general
happy
you.
with me.
I won't believe it until I hear it from your wife.
You want me to get her? I can get her on the phone right now.
Sure.
No, we don't want to hear from her. She's
I do.
probably under
All right.
duress.
I do.
Yeah,
She's
Mr.
probably
Jones
doing
does.
it under duress.
I do.
I'm not
Happily.
going to put that woman in that position. That's not fair. Because you don't know if he's making her
She's
say
with a person.
things.
And what husband would put his wife in that
Right.
position?
What's that?
What husband would put his wife in that position?
A very loyal and
Right.
happy wife.
No,
That's
see,
who.
The thing is, we're not going to do that, right?
I didn't
'Cause
even
I'm
consider
not gonna
that.
let
She might
bring
be
your
forced to
wife
say
up
these things
here
under
and
threat
say
of violence,
anything
so.
under any kind of threat or duress. Like we're not doing that. We're not
That's
doing that.
that's your delusion, thinking that I
That's a
have
blind
to
spot for
threaten
you.
her with violence and duress to
That's
get her
all
to
you.
say
That's
that she
all your
loves me.
ilk has ever done. Like you just said, sir. Threat of violence. You've already threatened violence. You've already threatened violence.
To
Forcing
whom?
a woman
To
to
whom?
stay in a marriage they don't want to be with, don't want to be in, is a violent act. Forcing women to have children that they do not want is a violent act.
I
That
have no
is
children.
violence. You have to
I have no
understand
children.
that violence isn't simply physical. Violence can be emotional. Violence
have
can
no
be
children.
financial. All of these things are violence.
I have no children.
What
So
does that mean?
already false. You just said forced into having children. She doesn't have any of my children.
I'm not
She
talking
is
about
not
you
with me.
specifically. This is what's wrong with you.
And this is you
Don't
specifically.
be a jit though, Mr. X.
Respectfully, can I kick this motherfucker out of here?
You can't.
No, I'll take care of it for you.
I wasn't
Deuces.
talking about you, weirdo.
Yeah.
Y'all are the softest motherfuckers alive. I'm gonna kick my
So,
ass out 'cause
yeah, unless you, what is
Sorry.
wrong with y'all?
That's what I'm saying. They're not okay. They're not okay. They're not okay.
Jones, did you create a profile on Conservative Mingle only that we don't know about? Like, dead ass Brohamsky. Like, what is happening?
Auntie, you missed
Everybody
my live
for
this morning.
Thank you, Amy.
You missed my live this morning. That was something special.
Well, because I was trying to tell you, I said I had some news. I got my chair and I'm trying to put it together, but I'm stuck in one position and I can't get rid of it. And my hot water is working. No more black ingenuity to get hot water.
Carrie, I got you. Mama Gus Bus, I'm sorry. I should have used that name instead. I apologize. But I got you.
Auntie, I'm gonna text you.
Yeah, I've never seen so many conservative men. If they're not talking about Jones and his fingernails, they're questioning if he is in a relationship, and if so, what kind of relationship. Like, I'm gonna go check. I'm gonna go search all of the conservative Christian mingle.
I wouldn't doubt this has happened to me before. I'm not even joking when I say this. So, an ex of mine, many moons ago now, it's been probably like, I don't know, how old is it? Like 14 years now. 15 years ago. This is early on in the internet. An ex of mine literally took like pictures of me from my Instagram and then made a dating profile of me. Used my real email address and everything. So these things happen.
Auntie, I text you. Oh, I see you with teacup.
These things do happen. Who do we have in the request? Eli, I do appreciate you coming up and sharing that information.
Yeah, I like you, Eli. You're cool.
Yeah. Eli, have we met before?
Yeah, for sure. We've met before.
Oh, we have? I apologize. I'm bad at that.
It's all good. It's been a minute. I kind of went, like I said, I ran for local office. So I was doing less here on my personal one.
Oh, I remember you. Okay.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah. So, yeah, appreciate it. And, him mentioning that SSRI thing, it was always ever going to be a Fox News article, and then they refer to this article from some.
Can we put them on the big screen real quick so I can see it? I want to see this.
Yeah, let me get my computer back open. It's an open source thing. It's not from like Google Scholar or something else that you need a college login to get access to, of course. I'll pull it back up. Hang on. Oh, Eli. Right. Now people have remembered who I am. Give me just a second. I'll pull it back up. Yeah, ran a campaign and then also had a kid. So.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
I remember that you were having a child. I do remember that.
Yeah, there we go.
Hold on, let me get over to that screen so I can see it. Hold on one second. Let me get to that.
The good Eli, not the bad Eli.
The good Eli. There is a bad Eli.
Oh shoot, I can't see it there. Hold on.
I bumped into him a couple times.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. You bumped into me.
No, Eli.
Bad Eli.
Oh, there's a bad Eli?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Here, I'll turn my mic off and show you the camera.
Okay. Let me put it on the big screen so everybody gets to see this. PLOS1? Who's that? So this isn't NIH or PubMed or nothing like that?
No, and it's open source is the thing, which means that like it's not peer-reviewed. Anybody can publish there. So like it's not, my master's is in communication, and there's certain journals that whatever communication scholars publish in or whatever. This is just anybody who has access to the internet and can say a thing.
Can I go on there and put up an article that says that I am in fact the Queen of Florida, so that this way when these assholes say that, I'll be like, it's on the internet. It's true.
You should get it peer reviewed too. Take your friends and have them peer review it and
Absolutely.
test
Can you guys
it.
do that? Can somebody put it on that website?
Well, here's the thing, right?
I think the bottom line of what that guy was really trying to do, and I think all of us kind of caught it, was he was trying to throw out anything that he thought would anger what he considered to be a liberal. So like we went from this to this to this to this to this because he thought that's what liberal people cared about, and then presuming that you're a liberal person because that's all that Fox News spends their time talking about is what liberals care about and what liberals are angry about.
There's so much categorization going on that is obviously not correct. I mean, there's so many individual points of view and perspectives in the world that just are clumped together, and they don't value the individual.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell you for certain that like at the crux of it all, and this is why, right? I gave the speech that I gave right before that gentleman came up and said the things that they had to say, and this is what I need the people that are watching to understand. This is what I need to watch the people that are watching to understand is that all of you, specifically white women in this chat right now, you know what I'm saying, who have sons or daughters, you know what I'm saying, need to be cognizant of people like him existing. And it is up to you to make sure that the children that you raise aren't like them and don't associate with them when they are adults. Like that those aren't the people that they date or marry or have children with. Because listen, this is not just a phenomenon that happened in the black community. It's happened in the white community as well. In the 50s, in the 60s, in the 40s, in the 30s, white women were having their heads knocked between the washer and dryers. White women had husbands that had whole families cross town. Y'all seen Harlem Nights? Remember what he said, Auntie? Oh, Auntie not here no more?
No,
Oh, Auntie dropped?
she did.
My man called his wife and said, the daughter answered the phone and said, let me speak to your mama. I'm not coming home no more. Like, this wasn't something that just was happening, you know, anywhere and everywhere. Yeah, he found sunshine. That's right. Ganny Rocks knows what's up. So I need you guys. I mean, I know that's a movie, you know what I'm saying, but I'm not being hyperbolic when I talk about these things.
Up into the 50s and the 60s and possibly a little into the 70s, there was women that were being put into mental institutions.
Correct.
Just because they were strong women and they had something to say. And I mean, religiously, that's one thing for marriage, but I think that marriage is an institution of the government. It's a contract. It's a written contract. If you take it seriously, not seriously, if you take it in a specific way, then that's your culture. You know, the cultural attachment to the marriage, but the marriage itself is a legal contract. That's all it is. And I think that you should definitely have the right to cancel a contract at will, and especially under those terrible conditions. And yeah,
You're right.
I mean,
You're right. But honestly, there shouldn't even have to be a reason. If somebody doesn't want to be with somebody anymore, bye.
yeah,
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, yeah, listen, this is not jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, marriage is not a prison sentence. Why would I want to stay in a relationship with somebody who don't want to be with me?
Mhm.
Oh, you don't want to be with me? All right. Like, now, now I'm going to ask the questions. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, what is it that I did wrong? You know what I'm saying? Like, is this something we can go to counseling for? Where am I dropping the ball? But chances are, she's already answered those questions for you 100 times over. She's already told you what the issue is 100 times over. And you paid zero attention. You didn't care until bags were packed. You didn't care until they was halfway out the door. You didn't care until they, you know what I'm saying, started allowing, you know, the person they met at work to text them. Now all of a sudden you're concerned.
I kind of like the hand fasting tradition. It's a year and a day. So like you say, it's like you're getting, uh, you have a year and a day to date them, and kind of be married to them,
Like a
and
trial run?
yeah, exactly. And at that year and a day, at the end of that year and a day, that's when you make that decision.
The men,
Oh, go
I
ahead.
mean, I
Go
guess
ahead.
it's kind of like being engaged, but I mean,
But I think that you should be able to get divorced as easily as you can get married. I think that it
Absolutely.
I
shouldn't be
totally
as
agree.
expensive to get divorced as it is. You know, because a marriage license is only a couple bucks. I don't think it should cost
Somebody
that
just
much
tried to
get
call in
away.
from the line. I'm sorry, the line was turned off. If you guys want to try to call back in on the line is open. We're not accepting friendlies on the line, unfortunately. So if you're a friendly, we're just going to have to disconnect the call. But if you're looking to debate some of the topics that you see on the background, the line is now back open. You can feel free to call in. Thank you, Eli, for coming up. I do appreciate you, man. It's good to see you again.
appreciate it.
I
I'm
hope
going to say
you go
something and
well.
drop out of here if that's cool.
Absolutely. Yep, go ahead.
Generally, the men, like the guest who was just up here a bit ago, the men who get upset at divorce or at no-fault divorce are loudly telling on themselves that their highest achievement in life is attaining a woman. And I mean attaining a woman, that they probably don't have hobbies, they probably don't have interests, that they have built up this idea in their mind that the best thing they can accomplish in their life is to get a woman. And then when they lose that, they have lost everything and they get really angry about it. So heaven forbid she be her own person. Anyway, I'm out. Have a good
Thanks,
day.
Eli. I appreciate you. I'm gonna drop you a follow. Hold on. Don't go yet,
Oh,
because I want to see you
okay.
around. I'm glad you're back. Okay, now you can go. I followed you.
Thanks, bro.
Appreciate you both.
Same here.
Paul, appreciate you for coming up. We're going to make some space. Paul, thank you for coming up. We're going to make some space. I do appreciate you and your input, Frey.
Thank you. I also wanted to say, Queen, I value your opinion, and I want to say thank you for coming in and being you. I appreciate you. And I appreciate you too, both of you, hosts.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Have a good one. It sounds
too.
so beautiful where he
I know,
is.
wherever he's at, the birds
I
are
know.
chirping.
We'd probably hear that if we were outside more often.
Probably.
And not running to go do work or pick up kids or go to a meeting or
Starting to look like an
event.
alabaster asshole. I need to go outside.
Hey guys, there's only 120 left in the daily goal. Let's go ahead and knock that out. There's plenty of y'all in here. Who do we got here? Corky, what's going on?
Hi, how are y'all? I just want to say y'all are such a beautiful couple, and I love y'all's live. Y'all are amazing. So I just wanted to comment on the whole marriage thing. So I live in South Carolina, and I don't know if it's like this in every state. Can I say the word miscarriage on here? Okay. So at the age of 20, I had my first miscarriage.
Thank you,
I had my daughter at the age of 23. And at the age of 27, I became pregnant with our third pregnancy, and I lost it. And my OBGYN come in and told me that I needed an emergency hysterectomy.
Ooh.
So, and during that moment, 30 minutes after he told me I needed an emergency hysterectomy, my husband was handed a paper where he could have contested for me having a hysterectomy. And if he would have done that, my 4-year-old probably would have lost her mother, because my menstrual cycles were 22 days out of a 30-day month.
Oof, I know you felt terrible.
And I had blood transfusions, I had iron transfusions, and my husband could have still said, no, I want to try one more time. And I could have lost my life, all because my life was left in my husband's hands.
Yep. A lot of places won't even allow you to get a tubal ligation without your spouse's approval. You have to meet certain criteria, like you've had previous pregnancies.
Thank you, Daryl.
A child that is a boy and a child that is a girl, and you're over a certain age. There is an OBGYN in here, Dr. Francis. You can find her. She has a list in the link in her bio that will give you the list of physicians. There's a huge network. It grows every day of physicians that will sterilize you without your partner's consent, without any questions asked. If you want it, as long as you are healthy enough to undergo the procedure, they will do it. So.
There should be an OBGYN at every office like that, in every state, every city, because in that moment, I could have unalived that day.
Yep.
Thank God that I have a husband that understands, because there's men out there that would have been like, no, we're going to try one more time.
Right.
And I think that is so sad that women have to leave their life in certain situations in their spouse's hands.
Yep, I agree with you. I agree with you. So it's Dr. Fran. I'm sorry. Their on this app is paging Dr. Fran, F-R-A-N, paging Dr. Foxtrot Romeo Alpha November. They have the list in their link tree, and there are physicians in pretty much every state who will sterilize you, no questions asked, as long as you are healthy enough to undergo the procedure.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring that up because it is so sad that women have to go through certain things in life all because
I'm putting their link tree in the
a
Discord
man
chat.
can contest it.
I said I put Dr. Fran's link tree in the Discord chat, in the Tough Fam Discord chat. I'll put it in mine as well, in case you need that list or you want to share that list. It is in fact in their link tree, so it's there for you guys as a resource.
And here's what her page looks like right here. That's Dr. Fran.
When your camera's on, Auntie, but I'll tell them what you said. Auntie is showing you Dr. Fran's page right there, so that's how you know it's Dr. Fran.
Hold on, put it on the big screen.
All right, we got you on the big screen.
Thank y'all so much for giving this information to other women that may need it.
Always, of course.
Thank y'all so much, and I hope y'all have an amazing day. Thank y'all so much.
You do the same.
You too, Courtney.
Thank you for coming up.
Bye-bye.
Uh-huh.
All right, guys, we got $100 left in the goal. I have to go do the mom stuff and play taxi and go pick them up. So I will be joining from my journey. Please make sure that you knock out this goal so we can do a spin. I'm gonna miss the spin.
Yo, I want to do
sad.
this. I want to do the spin right now. There's 900 some odd people in here. I want to do the spin right now. And then there's a couple of videos that I have to record today. I recorded some yesterday. You guys are gonna love them. We're gonna be pumping out a lot of content coming up. A lot of it's gonna have to do with societal issues, sociological issues, and then some of it is also gonna have to do with politics. We're gonna do some fun stuff too. As you know, we're gonna be changing the format a little bit. We're gonna be talking about conversations like we had today about no fault divorce and about, you know what I'm saying, like men's interactions with women, and about like who's actually at fault for a lot of these situations. I don't. Oh, thank you so much, Leslie. I appreciate you. Thank you, Dominique. I got you.
Stop it.
Doug.
The whole rest of the goal. Doug. Jesus.
Wait, is you gonna do the petty spin?
Doug wants to win.
Is you gonna do the petty spin?
At this point.
I know. Doug wants to win.
Is you gonna do the petty spin? Can anybody hear me?
Yes, we're gonna do the spin, Auntie. We were talking amongst ourselves. I apologize.
No, the petty one. I want to know if y'all gonna do the petty one. That's gonna run up my blood pressure.
Yes,
shit,
we are
that
doing
ain't
a
gonna
petty
give it.
spin. We are doing a petty
shit.
spin. Jones is gonna do
shit.
it right now so that I get to see the spin. Doug said, I have things to do. I feel you, Doug. That's me every day. I'm like, I gotta go. I got things to do.
Hey, Jones, people are saying check your Cash App. If all we got is 100 left in the goal.
I got it. It's clear. The goal's cleared. I got it. Paul got you. Dominique got you. Alexis got you. Stephanie got you. I got it. It's clear.
It is
clear.
closed.
It's
This
clear.
deal
Leslie,
is
Big W,
closed.
Leslie. I got it. It's closed. Poll's closed.
That's it.
Somebody sent me a tip jar that doesn't have a name on it. No offense, though. It's probably going to have to go on the next wheel. We're already... thank you, Boyd. Got you. Okay. We're going to...
If Doug doesn't win this, I don't even know. I'm gonna fall out of my chair.
Doug,
Scream.
how many times you want me to shuffle?
Doug gets to pick how many. Doug, do you want to come up on the panel real quick?
That's terrible. If he comes up on the panel, it still loses. I'm gonna feel like a whole ass.
I mean, the whole wheel is fucking Doug. Where are you at, Doug? Oh, come on. Where's Doug? You got things to do. Come up here. I'm sending you an invite. You got to tell us how many times you want us to spin. Oh, he said I choose. All right, I'm gonna choose.
Hold on. Let me see if I can put the wheel on the screen though. Give me a second, because I don't remember which one it is. I think it's YouTube. Go ahead. You can go say what you were saying.
Oh, I was gonna say I want you to shuffle 8 times.
Show your source.
I am gonna turn. Well, I don't want to turn my camera off because I want to have my reaction.
Sorry. Hold on. Wheel of names.
Getting the wheel pulled up. Mama Mary was the one who gave the tip jar.
Cool. Mama Mary, got it. Putting it on now. All right, cool. There it is.
Spin
that wheel. All right, hold on.
Let's do
So
it.
I want everybody to be able to see it. So give me a second.
Okay.
Show your source. Got
Leslie,
it.
you're on there quite a bit too.
Oh, I gotta.
Doug is on the wheel like 47 times.
Hold on, guys. I gotta close the Google screen. There we go. Wheel of names. Boom. All right, everybody should be able to see it now.
Says
How many times am I doing this? Shuffling?
8
Hold on.
shuffles.
Let me check the settings real quick. Let me check these settings. Make sure we're on extra petty. Customize. Let's see. How many seconds do we still 35 seconds? You want to do it longer than that?
Nah. Leave it there. 'Cause I
35?
gotta get the kids and I don't want to miss this.
Volume. All right.
I don't want to miss the spin.
Spin slowly. Okay, gotcha. All right, 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Spin it.
All right, we're spinning the wheel, y'all.
Here we go.
Hold on. Do I need to zoom? I guess I
No,
can't
you're
really
good.
zoom in.
It'll
I could go wash my car all the way in Vegas, repaint the building.
So many Dougs. Oh my god.
Clean my carpet one thread at a time, and this damn wheel will still be spinning with your petty ass.
Go, 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 go. Stop.
Oh no, it's gonna keep.
Oh, shit. The next one is done too.
Oh my God!
What the hell? Yo.
That is crazy.
No. How did that happen?
That is diabolical.
Literally, the name before and after Frankie was Doug.
That is diabolical.
Literally, the name before and after was Doug.
Frankie, are you here?
Doug.
Frankie, are you here?
Doug should have won. I was pulling for Doug.
Yes, Frankie. Congratulations, friend.
Send
Congratulations.
me a message, Frankie.
Hey, Doug. You know we're in communication, so I will. I'll definitely hit you up. But man, Frankie, congratulations, friend.
Hey, Frankie. Frankie, when you message me, just real quick, message me your Cash App tag so that I know it's you, because Frankie is pretty ambiguous and there was 2 Frankies. I want to make sure that it's you.
Okay.
Okay. Just because there was 2 Frankies.
I'm finna start a whole campaign about the petty wheel spin.
Yo,
Between
that
who?
is crazy that it landed directly in between them.
That was petty.
Directly in between the 2 Dougs.
All right, y'all. I gotta go. Love you. See you later. You know, be good, and if you can't be good, be gay.
Doug, you know we're gonna take care of you no matter what, so don't stress. We got you. Make sure you turn your camera all the way off.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm starting the campaign. I got a screenshot of the petty wheel, and I'm starting the campaign.
That's absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. Oh, I didn't see that. There we go. Main screen. Solo dolo.
Bye.
Bye. Drive safe. Whew,
Yeah.
boy.
First the petty wheel, and now all the affection.
Like everybody else.
It's too much.
It's too much. If somebody is over there.
Guys, let's get the likes up to 300K before Jones got to go because he way past his time, guys.
Yeah, I am way past my time. I have to go pick up the kids. The nanny is not feeling well, so I have to go pick up my children as well. So I mean, it's a lot going on today. It's a lot going on. What was I about to say? Oh, sorry. Hey, I forgot we had our friend up, Scooby Snacks. What's going on, friend?
Hello, thanks for having me.
I'm sorry
up,
that you've been waiting so long.
You're absolutely okay. I actually wanted to come up. I was happy that Eli had kept that quote from Reality about just the Democrats and what their intentions are. I just felt like it's quite literally the opposite, more now than ever with the Republicans being ran by the white Christian nationalists, that we are definitely headed in the direction of exactly what he's claiming the Democrats are wanting.
Mm-hmm.
And it's something. I grew up in the church. I was there 6 days a week, and it was, you know, as a kid, you don't really realize it. I was 6th grade when I kind of finally had some knowledge of myself to understand what was happening, but just with the subject of divorce right now, it's very much along those Christian values, and it's dangerous for a lot of people out there.
Some people have already sent money for the next wheel for Doug. So.
Oh, now that's petty.
Get it.
That's petty, bro.
They literally are sending them in for Doug right now. It's funny. Thank you, guys. But people are sending them in for Doug. They're like, this is for Doug for the next wheel.
Now we trying to help Doug get more spaces. That's what family is about.
Right? They said, we're going to send some more for Doug.
Hopefully he gets a complimentary outfit.
No, we sent Doug a hoodie today already, and we're definitely gonna take care. We take care of all our people. We take care of Leslie, who is always helping us out. Leslie has a hoodie on the way. So yeah, we do everything we can to, you know what I'm saying, take care of the people who take care of us. We really do. I went to the school this morning where we have our garden. There's garlic growing, there's collard greens growing, there's cabbage growing, there's lettuce growing, there's onions growing, there's strawberries growing. The strawberries are looking good. I'm kind of concerned though because it's starting to it was cold the last couple of days. Not cold. Like my version of cold is like 65 degrees. So it's not the same cold as everybody else's cold. But I think I showed some pictures, but I'll go up there and take some more pictures. But yeah, it's dope. But in March, I don't know if MX Paychecks is in here, but in March, MX Paychecks, hopefully Canna Ray, myself, No Rads, and then a couple other people that are here in Florida. We're gonna run back. We're gonna go out there and beef up the community garden. We're gonna add, you know, some trees to it, some fruit bearing trees, and some other things. So one of our Tough Fam members sent us. Okay, somebody else just sent something for Doug. Sent us some seeds. So we're gonna start planting some seeds out there, some other things, some squash, stuff like that, some eggplant. So things are cool, man. Things are good. There's some other initiatives that we're working on right now, trying to provide emergency transportation for people who need to get an abortion or people that need to leave the state, for healthcare for transgender healthcare, or for gender affirming care, excuse me. So 28 degrees and snowing in North Carolina, time to fucking move. We do need a tough family in every city. That's the ultimate plan. Literally, that's the ultimate goal, is to do just that. All right. The Unknown 69, what's up?
Hey, Jones. I'm a friendly. I just wanted to ask a real quick question before
Sure.
you go off. I'm the dude who sent you that essay a while back of how Jesus was a communist. I was wondering if you ever had a chance to read that yet.
You sent it to me on Instagram, right?
No, I think I sent it to you on email.
I do remember you said, hold on, let me check. I don't want you to put your email address here on the
No,
website.
you're good. I did send my email to you through TikTok messages.
It's on this account?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Let me write this down real quick. I'm pretty sure that I did read it, to be honest with you, but I'm going to go back and make sure.
All right.
Listen, man, the last couple of months have been a whirlwind. So
Hey, I
forgive me.
feel it. I feel it, man. I'm going through a lot of shit myself.
Well, it's not that I'm necessarily going through anything, but we moved. We had to travel a whole bunch. I had to travel a whole bunch. I got to travel again this weekend to go to New York. But that'll give me some. If I didn't read all of it, I would definitely read it on the plane.
Hell yeah.
I'll read it on the plane on the way to New York. Guys, I don't know if you guys believe in any type of deity. You know I really don't. But planes is dropping out of the sky. So I hope y'all say a little prayer for me.
See, I wanted to take a trip back to California because that's where I'm originally from, but I'm too afraid to go on a plane.
I completely understand that.
And I'm not doing that 4-day drive again. That shit sucked.
Yeah, I gotta. I mean, it's I mean, I guess I could. No, Martini. I will tomorrow. I know. And then once I fly out there, and then when it's like as soon as we come back, Quentin flies down here. So. Delta out there twerking on the runway is crazy.
Yeah, that's the only thing I wanted to ask. You want me to drop down? Or?
I will definitely take a look at it. I'll definitely take a look at it. I promise you. If I haven't already, I will get to it. But I do appreciate you.
Back at you, man.
All right, man. Have a good one.
You as well.
The Dan, I could definitely not live in New York again. Hey, guys, listen. I don't typically ask for myself for anything personally most of the time, right? But I would love it if we got, you know what I'm saying, these subscriptions up. I would love it if we got these subscriptions up. They're like sitting at 664. That's the exact same place we were at yesterday. And I said yesterday, if we got to 700, I'd send out another free t-shirt to somebody, anybody. But we got how many more days left? We only got 8 more days left. And 2 of those days, I'm going to be in New York City. New York City? So come on, man. Let's do it. Let's get them up. Let's run them bad boys up. Thank you, Steph. I appreciate you. See? Steph got me.
Okay, because I just sent 20 randoms. It's only $80. Your turn.
Oh, wow.
$80.
Look at Auntie. Auntie be looking out, boy. I tell you what.
So if you get one, I just pick random folks. I sent 20 out. So if you get one, thanks. You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome.
I sent out 25 the other day, Auntie. Sent out 25.
Yep.
And them bad boys.
You're welcome. Send them out.
Look at y'all. Won't he do it?
Just random. And look, hold on, because I'm feeling generous, Jones. because I had a little overtime this last week, and I got some coming up this week.
You ain't gotta do too much. I'm sure somebody else will get in there.
But I wouldn't ask of others what I would not be willing to do myself.
We definitely send an auntie a whatchamacallit shirt. Can you have no Raz check inbox? Chelsea said check your inbox, no Raz.
I'm on a journey. I can't.
Okay, when you have a chance.
20 more. Let's go. 20 more.
Who's
That's
next?
That's what I'm going to put my overtime to, contributing to the community in which I belong to, and I would not ask anything of you all that I am not willing to do myself.
Look at Auntie looking out for the people.
So if you got one, congratulations. I just did randoms.
How come you're not on solo on this screen?
Oh, because this was the solo screen. I can make myself solo. Hold on, watch this. Watch this magic.
It doesn't matter.
Watch this magic.
Wow. Ooh. Look at that. Magic.
I would not ask anything of you all that I would not be willing to do myself.
Man,
Who can meet the challenge?
Now I'm by myself. Boom. Just like that.
By
Myself. I didn't even get to play no music today.
So I didn't play any music when I started because I had started on
Lance, I have a solo scene. This was the solo scene, but I figured that it was a good scene, and No Rad said that having the boxes around us was too much, and so instead of being a jerk and just doing what I wanted to do, I did what No Rad's wanted to do.
I appreciate you. It makes it easier for editing when we clip stuff down. That's all. Like to have clean boxes. You're so great. Thank you for listening to me. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Somebody gave me one. Thank you.
Yeah, so.
Wait, hold on. I'm going to do one more for one person. Hold on. I'm going to see. It told me I can't do it. They said I'm doing too much, Jones. They say I'm doing too much.
Lance agrees. It does make it easier to edit.
Who said that?
Lance,
ain't nobody asked you shit, bro.
So we can spend more time together. So I'm not editing for too long. That's all.
Nah. Hey, listen.
Helps us both.
We need to have that phone call ASAP.
What do you mean phone call? We're gonna see Lance when we go to New York on Saturday.
No. I'm talking about with the other two.
phone call.
Yeah, the other
Okay.
Yeah, I need to we need to do that ASAP. Because we need to release the trailer and the music video. Okay, who do we got up here? Because I got like a couple of more minutes. K-Shock, what's going on, friend?
Hey, Jones. Hey, Pamela.
How are you?
I just wanted to I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Doing fantastic. Hey, I love all the Southern accents coming up here today. That just makes me tingly inside.
Oh, goodness. Well, I just wanted to give a little gardening tip with the strawberries. I'm an avid gardener. But the little mesh jewelry bags that you can like cinch up.
Yeah.
Birds and bugs and stuff will get to your strawberries. So if you take those little jewelry bags and slip them around the strawberries as soon as they begin to form, you'll keep the birds and bugs away.
Oh, well, they're I mean, I guess part doesn't matter, but yeah, they're like in raised planter boxes. I mean, it hasn't been a problem so far.
Good. I had birds trying to get in mine, so that's why I went to the little jewelry bags, and they were.
That's why we got BB guns and salt guns. No, I'm just playing.
How do we keep rabbits away from sweet potatoes?
Yeah, how do we keep rabbits from eating our sweet potatoes in the backyard?
I don't know about that one, but I know they do make this like powder stuff that you can put around your plants that'll keep rabbit, deer, dogs, cats. But I don't use that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I don't want to do that either.
Yeah,
natural. Like if we could do like cinnamon or crushed red pepper, something that they're just like
baking soda. They say okay, get a dog. We have a dog.
Yeah,
that didn't stop him.
My dog likes to carry the rabbits around though. Like,
Yeah.
she's not gonna hurt them or chase them away. She's just gonna catch them and pick them up and be like, look what I got.
Yeah, I have a Malinois as well. So, but unfortunately, she's not as friendly as yours. She just wants to.
She's friendly to people in the house.
Yeah. Same with mine. Like, she's good with our kids and the neighborhood kids and all that. But you let anybody else come around, and she's like, no.
Can I ask you a Malinois question? I know it's totally off topic and Jones has to go, but does your dog try to herd the kids? Like, if you guys are roughhousing, does your dog get upset?
Yes, she's very protective. In fact, our girls like to jump and wrestle and get swung around and everything by my husband, and she is on guard. Like, you can tell her sitting there, she's just like, I'm watching you.
Oh no, our dog starts barking and she'll try to nip, like, put that baby down. Don't touch my child.
Yep. Yeah. I love her though. But yeah, I just wanted to give that little tip in case y'all do run into anything with the strawberries. I know the little bags do help. So
cool, thanks. And you can get those really cheap in bulk. So that's a good tip. Thank you.
Hey guys, we went up like 100 subs that quick. Look at that. We went from 664 to 759. I feel like we can get, you know what I'm saying? I feel like we can go even higher. Let me see who is on the sub list. Let me see who that. Auntie, I'm gonna send Auntie a t-shirt for sure. But we still got, we're only halfway there for real. We're only halfway to 1,500. We got a long way to go. We got 8 days to do it. Let me see who the new subs are today. I wonder if it'll show me. I don't remember how to do it. Who do we got right here? Annie, what's going on? Thank you, K-Shock.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Get these subs
too.
up, guys.
Thank you. You too.
We're at 769, just like that. Annie, did you know you were up here, Annie Fincher? I'm guessing not. What's going on, baby Femi?
Hi, how we doing?
Doing good.
I hope I didn't intrude on a whole conversation about gardening, because if that's the topic.
Oh no. That we're just winding it down. That's all. No, but you didn't intrude on anything. We're good. What's going on?
Good. Did you? I don't want to be a thorn in your side. I'm sorry, but did you see my message? Did you read the article?
Oh yes, I did see it.
Yeah. So that was just a wild thought that I had yesterday. Me and my mom were talking about, you know, the Gaza Strip and what Trump wants to do with it, making it like a Las Vegas, whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, wouldn't it be weird? Because when you think about Trump, what is his main goal that he wants? He wants oil, right? It's all he talks about is drill, baby, drill. I was like, I wonder if Gaza's got some oil going on.
Well, they have oil deposits, natural gas, a large gas field. They have one of the largest gas fields in that area.
Yeah. Why isn't that being discussed?
Oh, so most of our current media outlets are run by, well, they've always been billionaires, but now they're part of the collective oligarchy. Like, all of these media outlets are, like, CNN is owned by Republicans, so they're only gonna like let on but so much. But anybody familiar, like, if you read articles from the BBC, Al Jazeera, they've been talking about this for like the last 5 years.
Yeah, that article I sent you from a year ago. That article I sent you was from like a year ago. Yeah, I don't know if you knew about that or not. I thought that was...
Oh, absolutely I did.
Okay.
Yeah, they have one of the largest... I was saying this before he got elected, when they were talking about when Biden was trying to negotiate the ceasefire. I was talking about it then. I said, Netanyahu's not going... Like, he may agree to a temporary ceasefire, but it's not going to last because they're after something more. They're after the oil, you know what I'm saying, the oil and natural gas field. They call it like the Gaza Marine. And it goes off like out off the coast. They're interested in having beachfront property, you know what I'm saying, for themselves and their friends. Like, it was never about anything outside of them wanting to, you know, make money.
So what is Mr. Yahoo going to do when he figures out that that's going to partially tap into their oil as well, that we're going to be drilling out and taking from them too. You think he's going to be on board with that?
Yeah. Yeah, because they don't really they don't have really the capacity, you know what I'm saying, to drill and refine oil themselves. And the vast majority of oil in the Swana region, like also, it'll be hard for them to get it on the market, mostly because they're surrounded by, you know, big oil producing countries.
Well, that and the United States provides them in a lot of military aid, so it doesn't do what you know what Trump wants him to do. He's gonna threaten him.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, that's fair enough. I just I hadn't heard anything about it, so I thought that I would pass it along. But since you already know about it, fair enough.
Yeah, and I don't know. Yeah, I was about to say I don't know if enough people know this, but Netanyahu was not born in Israel.
He Polish
or
and he
Europe.
changed his name.
Yes, he was born here in the United States, like in Jersey.
Okay, even I didn't know that.
You didn't?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, Benjamin. Oh, here I'm gonna tell you right now. That because I don't think that was his. Let me see. Where's his? Okay.
Hey, you gotta get ready to go.
Yeah, I definitely gotta go. He went to the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. He went to Harvard University.
That's crazy. So I guess you don't have to be a citizen there or like born there.
Most Jewish people have dual citizenship to like Israel and whatever other country they live in.
Yeah, a lot of people
they do
who
these
have
trips
Israeli
to there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. A lot of people who are Israeli get like essentially like instant citizenship if you have ties, and then if you're Jewish, there's a couple different ways, but essentially you're guaranteed citizenship. So.
Got it. Okay. All right. Well, fair enough. I won't take up too much more of your time. Sounds like you got to go, but thank you for letting me up, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, Fran. I gotta go pick up the kids.
All right, I'm gonna drop. Bye.
All right, bye, babe. All right, folks. It's been real and even real fun today. Like, I like being able to, you know, talk to these red pill bros. I do. I mean that. I enjoy talking to these red pill bros. And I want to do more of that. For those of you who don't know, like, that's how I started on TikTok. The vast majority of the content that I did at the beginning was talking to red pillars, talking to these alpha bros and whatnot. So I definitely enjoy doing that. Breaking down, you know, these cultural norms, patriarchy, our adherence to capitalist ideologies, you know, Christianity, so on and so forth. So deconstructing and removing ourselves, you know, from these things. But anywho, I do appreciate you guys. I'll possibly be back on later. But until then, check on your friends. Everybody who says they're okay is not necessarily okay. Protect your peace at all costs. Take care of your mental health. If you have not yet started your therapy journey, today's an amazing opportunity for you to do so. Eat as healthy as you can. Drink your water. Take whatever medication you're supposed to take, including your SSRIs and your benzos.
Eat as healthy as
you can. Drink your water.
I sent out 10 more.
And as always, what'd you say, Auntie? Okay. Anyway, stay dangerous. Love you guys. See you next time.
I sent out 10 more. Can you hear me, Jones? I sent out 10 more. Congratulations if you got one. I sent out 10 more. Bye.